Hello, and welcome to this special episode of CNN. I'm Steve Williams, and today we are looking at the Tiananmen Square massacre. I'm here with my co-anchor, Tom Hardy. So Tom, what's going on today?
Thank you. We are having a very deep look into the Tiananmen Square massacre, which happened only 3 days ago on June 4th, 1989. We are looking into the reasons and effects of this massive attack.
As well, we are going to look at one man who stood up to 4 tanks to protect the city. The people call him the Tank Man.
We have our trusted reporter, Ken, on the scene in Tiananmen with an eyewitness reporter, as well as 2 experts to give us some backstory on the reasons behind the attack.
We're going to cut to Ken Masters as he is ready with an interview. So thank you for signing in and enjoy our program.
Can you hear us, Ken?
Loud and clear, Tom. I'm here with an eyewitness from the brutal massacre, Stephanie Hong, who was in the streets as the massacre occurred. Now, Stephanie, could you maybe tell us some description on what you actually saw only 3 days ago in the streets of Tiananmen?
Well, I was in the marketplace when I heard screaming and running, and as I turned around, I saw men with 4 guns and 4 tanks, and they were rolling down the street. People were screaming and being shot at, and throughout the chaos I saw him, and it was the Tank Man.
It sounds like you had a very up-close view on what actually happened on the streets. Could you tell us some more on the Tank Man and your opinion on what he was actually trying to do?
I first saw a man holding grocery bags walking until I noticed that he was walking actually towards the tanks, and everybody was really in shock at the time, and nobody really knew what was going to happen next, and nobody could clearly hear what he was saying until he continued standing in front of the tank and eventually hopped on top of the tank and opened the hatch and started yelling at the officers, yelling, "Leave my city." And that's really all we heard.
Wow, that must have been a very suspenseful moment watching the Tank Man. Did you at any point feel empowered to act on the invasion yourself and protect not only your home, but the people inside of it? Or were you more worried on the safety of yourself and the people close to you?
Of course I had the desire to stand up for my country, but I knew it was much too dangerous because of the strength of the army. And I thought it was more important to protect the good of my family, my children, and the good of myself, even though I saw what was trying to be done. But I knew I was not strong enough to go against the army.
What an experience it must have been up close, seeing the courage of an individual, standing up to protect the city and the people in it. Thank you, Stephanie, for this eyewitness experience, and stay safe. Now let's go back to the studio with Tom and Steve. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Here we have our experts, Derek Jacobs and Charlotte Webb, who will be giving us some information on the causes and effects of this attack.
Yes, Ken. They flew all the way from Britain just to be here and talk to us today.
Wonderful. They will explain everything about the invasion. It will clear everything up.
Perfect. I can't wait to talk to them. Let's cut to them right now. Can you hear us, guys?
Yes, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us. So, about the invasion, some of the main causes of it was the economic reform, the political corruption of the state, and the social unrest of Eastern Europe.
Yes, on June 4th, 1989, Tiananmen Square in middle of Beijing, China, Chinese troops invaded the city and took violent action against the people of the city, causing death and destruction.
Did not reach its full extent until 10,000 Chinese troops violently retook the square in Beijing from democratic protesters who have been camped in the square for many weeks. Estimated in thousands, the troops began to take fire.
Yes, the Chinese troops then brought in several tanks attempting to seize the protests when a very brave figure emerged, the Tank Man. And the Tank Man seized the destruction and the progress of the tanks moving back into the city.
The people were very frightened throughout the whole process.
Yes, that is how and why the Tiananmen Square massacre happened. Thank you so much for having us and having us speak on the subject.
We outie.
Of course. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. It was very insightful and helpful. Thank you.
Yes, that was very helpful. Now everyone watching this newscast has the full background on the Tiananmen Square massacre.
Since Derek and Charlotte have left the studio, we have some time to talk about our other news. The Yankees have won yet another World Series, and the Patriots have won another Super Bowl.
In other news, Disney and Google stocks have raised by 0.5%, while Target has fallen 3%.
Finally, we have the weather, which has been bright and sunny for the past 4 days, but be prepared for the weekend. We are expecting heavy showers and a slight chance of snow.
We are coming to the end of our broadcast, so we will be signing off shortly.
Thank you all for tuning in to the special broadcast of CNN, and please tune in again. Till next time, I'm Tom Hardy.
And I'm Steve Williams. Thank you for watching.